Have you ever felt like you are living a life that isn't really yours? As if somehow you are following a script written by someone else, parents, teachers, friends, society, and deep down, something inside you is screaming that something is wrong. You wake up every day, put on the same mask as always, fulfill your obligations, interact with people as if everything is fine. But at some point, when silence finally arrives, that uncomfortable question arises. Who am I really? Carl Jung believed that this feeling of disconnection is not a coincidence. On the contrary, it is a symptom of a deep problem that almost no one has the courage to face. Most people go through their entire lives without ever knowing their true selves. They limit themselves to living social roles, manufactured identities, and imposed expectations. The worst part? They believe that this is all there is. They die without ever having known their own soul. And now comes the most important question. Is this happening to you? What you called self may not be you. Your personality, your desires, your beliefs. How much of this is truly yours, and how much was placed there by others? Since childhood, we have been conditioned to fit in, to become acceptable, to hide certain aspects of ourselves in order to be loved. We create a mask, or as Jung called it, a persona, a social disguise that we use to protect ourselves. But the more we wear this mask, the further we drift away from our true selves. And one day, this mask becomes all that is left of us. But Jung warned us. Living disconnected from who we really are comes at a cost. A cost paid with anguish, dissatisfaction, and a constant feeling that something is missing. Have you ever felt that no matter what you achieve, there is still an emptiness? As if something essential is always out of your reach. This happens because what you truly need is not out there. It is not in a better job, in a perfect relationship, or in the recognition of others. It is within you, buried under layers and layers of conditioning. The big question is, are you willing to dive into your own psyche and discover who you really are? Because this journey is not easy. Finding the true self requires you to confront everything that has been repressed, forgotten, or distorted over the years. It means looking inward and facing parts of yourself that you might prefer to avoid. But this is also the only way to free yourself. In this video, we will explore the journey that Carl Jung called individuation. The process of becoming whole, of integrating all parts of yourself and finally living according to your true essence. Are you ready for this? Then let's begin. Since childhood, you learned that to be accepted, you needed to behave in certain ways. Perhaps you were taught to be polite, not to speak too loudly, not to show anger, to please others. Or maybe you learned that you had to be strong all the time, hide your weaknesses, and appear confident even when you were filled with doubts inside. Unbeknownst to you, you began to shape an identity that was not only yours, but a reflection of what the world expected of you. Carl Jung called this mask the persona. It is the face you present to the world, the version of yourself that you constructed to fit in. And don't be fooled, we all have one. If you have ever acted differently at work, at home, with friends, or even on social media, then you have already experienced the power of the persona in your life. Is it useful? Yes. Without it, we wouldn't be able to relate socially. But there is a great danger. When you completely identify with this mask, you start to forget who you really are. Think for a moment. How many times have you said or done something just to be accepted? How many times have you hidden what you really thought out of fear of judgment? How many times have you caught yourself smiling